Hey guys, Electro Ninja here, and welcome back to Electro Ninja's Lab. In today's video, we are going to be talking about another episode of Miraculous, specifically Kwami Buster. So, before I just actually talk about the synopsis, I just want to say the first thought when I saw that name was Ghostbusters. So I'm kind of hoping that whatever it is, the outfit that Miss Mendeloof is going to be, the akumatization, she looks like a Ghostbuster. I'm just hoping for that. But basically, all that the synopsis says is that Ladybug and Cat Noir face off against Miss Mendeloof, now Kwami Buster. That's not the exact wording, but that's basically it. So, we have to think, what could cause her to get akumatized? Now, she is not a pleasant woman. So, I'm kind of surprised that this is the first time that she's been akumatized. I would show a picture of her, but I don't have one, so yeah. But she's the science teacher. She's the science and chemistry teacher, or basically science and math. It looks like. So yeah, that's what she does. So the question is, who the heck is she? What the heck is going to happen? Why is this the first time she's been akumatized? And part of me wants to say that it is because of the fact that she sees a Kwami. Yeah, that is quite a important thing. If she has actually seen a Kwami, then the question is, which one? Now, some things to note is that this is kind of a later episode. However, we have seen episodes that take place after it, such as Stormy Weather, and just making sure right now, Time Tagger. If we do get Gamer 2.0, then we will also have that to be saying, yes, this is also after, this also takes place after Gamer 2.0. So, yeah, basically those episodes can kind of determine a little bit that we can work with. So, so first off, we need to note that Alya and Nino so far have not been called to be Rena Rouge and Carapace in those episodes, in the episodes that we've seen in the future. Which kind of leads me to think that this episode, they are going to have their Miraculous on them at the time. Now, I kind of doubt that is going to be fully what's going to happen. The other possibility is that Plague is an idiot, like always, and accidentally shows up. It's also possible that Tiki could accidentally just go out of her bag for something really quick. We'll go over all of the possibilities in just a second. But the one that, but basically what I'm thinking is a possibility. The first one is that Nino and Alya have ways and tricks with them before school. So basically, for some reason, there was an akumatization, and they needed Alya and Nino. So they go off, fight this. They go off, fight them. Now, of course, they don't have time because school's about to start. So they rush off, get back to school, and Ladybug says, "I will come and collect them from you at a future point. We don't have time right now. We don't have time to actually deal with this." So, yeah. Now the thing is that either way, what would have probably happened is, if they didn't have their miraculous with them at the time, then Marinette would have to have them if this is and that's basically her thinking. Better to just have them, keep them on them and train them a little bit than keep them on myself and be carrying 3 miraculous with me and risk even more exposure to myself. It's not the most complicated thing, and it doesn't make the most sense, but man. Um, so yeah, that's a possibility, and then she will just and one of them will just accidentally show up because they haven't been in public for a long time, so they're just gonna be like, oh wow, and then just accidentally, whoops, I'm out in the public eye for a sec, rush back in, and at that moment, Miss Mendeloof sees the Kwami and is like, what is that? That's a possibility. And it's kind of the same thing with what could happen with Tiki or Plag. Basically, Marinette trips, Tiki goes flying, flies back to the bag really quick. Adrian's bag gets knocked over while Plag is being an idiot, or he goes off to another bag because he does that, obviously. And again, he's an idiot. And Miss Mendeloof sees him, or we finally get something with the whole, you're talking to something in your bag. What the heck are you doing? And basically, they would be working in pairs, and they just so happen to look in their bag. One of them happens to look in their bag, probably Marinette, looks in her bag, talks to Tiki for a quick sec, and Miss Mendeloof is just like, what the heck are you doing? Looks in the bag, sees the Kwami, and is just like, what the heck is that? Now, because of the fact that she is kind of reserved, this emotion might just be enough to just the freak out might where she's trying to and she looks in the bag or something, and Mr. Damocles has to be like, no, you can't look in a student's bag without reasonable suspicion, because I'm not certain on the exact laws in France, but a lot of times parents get really pissed off if you look into a student's bag without one, their permission, or two, reasonable suspicion. Like, why did you look at my child's bag? They might have had sensitive materials or whatever. It doesn't make much sense, but it's a possibility. And now Marinette is a little bit freaked out because maybe she saw the Kwami or something like that. But yeah, so whatever the case is, she sees a Kwami, she freaks out, she's wanting to figure it out, and Hawkmoth obviously akumatizes her, saying, "You have seen a Kwami. Allow me to help you. Now." This is an important thing because if this episode happens, it's a good thing to add to the details of Gamer 2.0. This episode takes place 2 episodes? Yes, 2 episodes before Gamer 2.0, which is important to note because Gamer 2.0 is a very important episode. Like I've said before, it's very likely that Max will use this time to run the numbers, and there's no akumatization between these 2 episodes. So at least that we've seen. So so she tries to figure out who these people are, who this Kwami belongs to, or something like that. Maybe she just saw it and it's not like, oh yeah, this was definitely in the students. No, she's just trying to find them, and that's going to be the whole point. And um, because of the fact that she saw them, now Hawkmoth knows that it's very likely that Ladybug and Cat Noir, and perhaps the other Kwamis, are at that school. So yeah, they're going. So basically, he's going to try. He's going to have her, instead of going for the miraculous, he's going to have her go for finding the Kwamis, which is definitely an interesting thing to think about. But once she's found the Kwamis, or if she hasn't, she most likely won't. Um, Hawkmoth will be upset, obviously, but he will now have a very high suspicion that it is someone who is in her class, since it was definitely someone in her class that has a Kwami, which means that someone in that class is Ladybug, Cat Noir, Rena Rouge, or Carapace. Now, depending on which one we see. It could now obviously we're gonna know which one it is, but now he will know that one of these people is in the class. It would also be kind of cool if she actually catches the Kwami and Marinette and Adrian have to make these fake outfits to fight her as fake Ladybug and Cat Noir. Just like how Adrian pretended to be Cat Noir in Oblivio. It would just be kind of funny to just see them do that. So they would so if they do that, that would be really awesome, and I would love it. But I kind of doubt that that's going to be a thing. But depending on which Kwamis are there, she will then have Hawkmoth will then have more information, which he can give to Max in Gamer 2.0, which, depending on what happens in that episode, could be very important. He could say, specifically check the students in this specific class, which instantly would be able to narrow things down to Adrian being Cat Noir and Ladybug being Marinette. Mostly because most of the other kids do not match their body proportions, their hair color, stuff like that. So that episode could go very fast if we actually have that information. Which, again, is another reason why these episodes should be released in order. But I don't know. We'll see what happens exactly. So obviously they defeat her. She's like, oh, okay, yeah, I understand that I shouldn't be so if I see these Kwamis, I should keep it to myself. I shouldn't worry about it. I'll just simply keep it quiet. If I do see your actual selves talking to your Kwamis, I'll keep it secret. I understand that you guys need to keep your identities. I might even help you, or something like that. Which would be an actually really good idea to have her know that, hey, these specific students are Ladybug and Cat Noir, but only her know. So then we would have some adult who is not Master Fu, who knows their identities and can help them from the sidelines. Maybe she can just be like, when an Akuma gets announced, she can just be like, she can, if Marinette and Adrian say they need to go to the bathroom, she can just be like, go ahead. And yeah, it would definitely be something interesting to see. She can just keep things under wraps without having things be too exposed. But we'll see exactly what happens. It's definitely an interesting thing to just think about. Now, keep in mind, Marinette and Adrian do not know each other's identities yet, because we've already seen that in a few episodes that they do not know each other's identities yet, which also means that they don't know their identities in the feast, specifically Time Tagger, because Time Tagger is kind of a pain, which does make things a bit annoying, but we'll see what happens in the future. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think about this whole theory down in the comments below. Let me know which Kwami you think is going to be akumatized, or not akumatized, but captured by Kwami Buster. And don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe and ring that notification bell. But anyways, guys, I have been Electro Ninja, and I will see you guys next time. But on!